Hello, I'm Nari McDiarmid for Aspermont, and I'd like to welcome Johan Lambrechts, the Chief Executive of Antares Metals. And we're having this conversation ahead of Mining News Select Australia 2025. And Johan, for people who follow your chairman, Mark Connolly, they'll probably understand it's a relatively new company name, but an experienced team. So I'd love to hear from you. What's the key message you'd like to convey about Antares?
Well, good morning, Nari. Thank you for having me. Yes, as you said, Antares is a new company, new projects, and a brand new management. And we are a fully funded, results driven explorer with some fantastic projects up in the north of Queensland. And we are looking for copper specifically, but we are a multi commodity explorer and surrounded by world class deposits in the area. So we're fully funded and certainly driven to get out there and find something new.
And Johan, I understand you know the region fairly well, having worked in Mount Isa yourself with Glencore for a number of years. So, what excites you about Antares' flagship Mount Isa North project?
Well, we've got some fantastic projects in the area. At this point, we're spending most of our time and effort on the Surprise copper mine. We've already drilled a first phase of drilling there and released some results in February up to 16% copper. From there, we are very imminently drilling a second phase of drilling there, which will keep the market and our investors involved updated on. And well, beyond that, there will be a third phase of drilling there as well. So I think it's a fantastic high grade, structurally controlled copper project, and much of the area has never been explored before. We are drilling areas that have not seen a drill hole, and there's risk in that, but there's also the opportunity of discovery, and that's what we're excited by.
And with Surprise itself, it has that particular area has been previously mined, hasn't it, with some pretty high copper and gold grades.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's got historic mining results. Depending on the years, it sort of started and stopped, but up to 10% copper in some of the allotments. There is also gold there, although it's difficult for us to really estimate how much gold at this time because it wasn't stipulated in every one of the batches reported historically. But yes, it's been mined and it is high grade, and we believe we're onto something pretty good here.
Well, those copper percentages you mentioned, you don't tend to see grades like that these days. And you've mentioned the drilling that's happened already and more planned. So, what sort of news flow can investors expect in the coming months?
Well, as I said, we've got the second phase of drilling happening very imminently. So that'll be one aspect of information. And then when the results come out, plus the third phase of drilling on Surprise, which will happen later in the season. But we've got other projects or other targets in our project area as well. Conglomerate Creek being one, it's an intrusion related copper project, and there's a few others. So there'll be some field reconnaissance and some more ground-based exploration results being released to the market in the interim as well.
Looking at the bigger picture for a moment, Johan, what does success look like for you at Antares Metals?
Well, for sure, in the short to medium term, defining a resource. Well, firstly, identifying an extension to the Surprise mineralization, then working to define a resource there. And discovering an intrusion related copper gold deposit at Conglomerate Creek. It's a fantastic target which has also never been explored, and I look forward to putting the first holes into it for sure. And we actually have the opportunity to do the same thing at Kelton Hills, another intrusion related target which we are going to explore. So success would be defining these targets and discovering. I think for an explorer to have the word discovery in their view of success is crucial, and we are fortunate to have targets which certainly allow us to say that with confidence.
Well, Johan, it's lovely to speak with you, and I look forward to seeing you at the event in Perth in July.
Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you and anybody else that would like to have a chat.